Honorable Commissioner Siegfried B. Mison, fellow public servants, let us take a review of the Border Control Cluster Patriot Accomplishment Report for the months of August and September 2018. In the key focus area of personal management and enhancement, the POD aims to keep its personnel abreast of tasks to be accomplished, as well as of latest issuances and office policies. The same has been discussed in various meetings enumerated in the slide. All offices under POD installed POD Information Board in compliance with the POD Chief Directive. Briefings of primary inspectors were conducted by the duty supervisors in all ports under AOS pertaining to new operational guidelines, matters turned over by the earlier ships, and emphasis on BI Care's policy towards passengers and other stakeholders. NAIA Terminal 3 provided electronic copies of new issuances to IO's email addresses. The SOS created mini-clusters, namely administrative, regulatory, enforcement, and monitoring to address office issues expediently. 36 newly appointed immigration officers were deployed at NAIA. 2 designated NAIA terminals assigned 1 IO each daily to SOS for boarding duties, except during Fridays for NAIA Terminal 3 due to bulk of flights. Nationwide rotation involving 239 immigration officers, immigration supervisors, TCU members, and TCU supervisors in NAIA, Clark, Mactan Cebu, Calibo, Iloilo, and Davao International Airports was implemented. On the other hand, AFS implemented new schedule schemes in NAIA as shown. Aforementioned personnel movement and schedule changes are geared towards the efficient and strategic utilization of personnel. The POD also endeavors to improve the technical competence of its personnel. POD Chief attended the ASEAN Experts Group meeting on cross-border transport of passenger in Indonesia. 30 IOs from NAIA participated in the HEROES program facilitated by the National College of Science and Technology at Silang, Cavite. HEROES stands for Honorable, Excellent, Responsible, Objective, and Efficient Servants of the BI. TCEU, AFS, and SOS officers also attended various workshops, conferences, and courses as illustrated. The AOS also evaluates and documents the performance of its primary inspectors. NAIA 1 crafted merit and demerit form for primary inspectors as an objective reference for their individual performance and commitment review or IPCR for the period July to December 2015. NAIA terminals, CIA, KIA, and MCA established 201 files of its personnel including their PDS, commendations, complaints, leave applications, and their time slips requests, among others. NAIA Terminal 1 was also able to compile photos, BI border stamp specimens, signatures, and initials of 473 IOs already assigned in it, which has been very useful for investigative purposes, copy of which have been furnished with the AFS. Based on the feedback survey conducted by NAIA Terminal 3, 63% of the 98 respondents found IO's immigration service as excellent, 11% gave average assessment, while the remaining 26% provided poor evaluation. Believing that its manpower is its most valuable asset, POD also undertakes to promote the morale and welfare of its personnel. An incentive scheme for NAIA Terminal 3 personnel called T3 to the Top was introduced. Airline companies operating at T3 were encouraged to provide feedbacks on the performance or work ethics of IOs, duty supervisors, and other POD personnel. Airlines' commitment was also secured to give incentives like free airfare for local trips in favor of IOs with perfect attendance,
highest production, and the like. AOS management also assisted in the identification of housing units for reassigned personnel. Statistics on the number of beneficiaries is illustrated in the slide. Iloilo International Airport and Seaport Operations Section conducted their team-building activities. The former at Ramens Beach Resort in Guimaras, while the latter held the same at Casa Primera, Calamba, Laguna with the theme, Strengthening Our Solidarity. DIA personnel attended the Korean Film Festival held at SM Lanang, Davao City.
On agency coordination, the POD actively participated and collaborated with various stakeholders for immigration service improvement. Department of Health Research Institute for Tropical Medicine provided briefing with AOS NAIA personnel on emerging infectious diseases like MERS-CoV and Ebola virus. As requested by the Department of Tourism, the Officer of the Day lanes at NAIA were utilized for diving resort and travel show participants. On the other hand, port courtesies were provided to the delegates to the 37th meeting of ASEAN Ministers of Agriculture and Forestry who disembarked at NAIA. Task Unit Airport Operations under Subtask Group Border Control APEC 2015 were activated in the enumerated APEC events. BI is one of the 18 agencies comprising the Committee on Security, Peace and Order and Emergency Preparedness, or CSPOEP, which is tasked to ensure the safety and security of APEC delegates in the country. The committee is now renamed as APEC Security Task Force to underscore the needed intensified security preparations for the culminating APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, or AELM, on 18 to 19 of November. IIA also attended meeting with POEA, CAAP, and other agencies for the 22nd APEC SME Ministerial Meeting and related activities.
Deputy Head Supervisors of NAIA Terminals 2 and 3, together with Immigration Officer Cecil Marin, attended the interagency meeting on the renewal of NAIA ISO certification with NIAA. ADJA conducted external audit of the timeliness in the conduct of primary inspection process. TCEU Deputy Head for Administration and NAIA Terminal 1 Deputy Head Supervisor attended the meeting with NIAA on the shift schedule of immigration officers as well as issues and concerns. Please wait behind the yellow line as well as directional signages were installed at NAIA Terminals 1 and 3.
NAIA officers had a meeting with POEA on BI-POEA database sharing. CIA Deputy Head Supervisor and TCEU member KPP and Evrad served as speakers during the CHED Regional Summit on Departure Formalities. The same was participated by heads of selected higher institutions in Region 3. DIA participated with the Davao City government's campaign regarding tourism promotion. DIA, KIA, and MCIA actively collaborated with various government agencies to curb trafficking in persons and promote safe migration.
The POD also aims to strengthen partnership with airline companies. Aside from the T3 to the Top project, NAIA Terminal 3 had also discussed with airlines the proposed cancelled flight module. On the other hand, NAIA Terminal 1 had a meeting with the airlines to discuss updates on DI assurances and operational concerns. Due to said consultation meeting, an NWR on admission of certain passengers without return or onward ticket was submitted to the AOS and POD chiefs for approval prior endorsement to the Honorable Commissioner. A meeting was held among the NAIA-1, BI Wardens Facility, EVA Air, TECO, and NIAA pertaining to the arrangements needed for the ramp clearance of 42 deported Taiwanese nationals for being undocumented and undesirable for violation of RA 8484 or the Revised Access Regulation Act of 1998. All boarded. BR 272 flight on 29 September 2015.
Interagency coordination meetings between NAIA Terminal 2, NIA, Airport Police Division, and PAL were held to address security issues arising from disembarkation of passengers from international flight to the domestic area demarcated by stanchions. There were two proposed solutions on the same. First, the 24/7 deployment of APD personnel in the gallery. Second is the installation of roll-up door or glass sliding door. Resolution of the issue is the agenda for the ensuing third meeting on the second week of October, simultaneous with the discussion on updates on BI issues and operational concerns.
TCEU member Lourdes Igdalino served as lecturer on departure formalities, latest trends on human trafficking and illegal recruitment, as well as passenger risk assessment during a seminar requested by POEA from the Presidential Task Force Against Illegal Recruitment or PTFAIR. SOS Chief attended the Maritime Interagency Exercise Bukluran Bantay-Baybaying Interagency CONOPS Workshop on National Coast Watch Center. Zamboanga International Seaport turned over 68 passengers for misrepresentation and use of altered passports, fictitious invitation letters, and other suspicious fraudulent documents to the Sea-Based Anti-Trafficking Task Force or SBATTF. The Anti-Fraud Section aims to seek the approval of Office of the President by December 2015 pertaining to the acceptance of the nation from IOM of the Imposter Detective Machine Verifier and Fraudulent Document Reporting System currently being utilized at NAIA Terminal 3 and pending with the Legal Department of the DFA. The Office of the Commissioner and the Anti-Fraud Section are primarily responsible for the hosting and chairmanship of the 3rd Asia Network for Document Examination or ANDEX meeting is scheduled on 26 to 28 of October at New World, Manila Bay. ANDEX is a network of document examiners at the forgery units of international airports of the following 12 member countries: Bangladesh, Indonesia, Lao PDR, Myanmar, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei Darussalam, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, and Sri Lanka. It aims to create a practical information sharing mechanism generally for practitioners in the field of document examination and immigration fraud, and to strengthen regional cooperation in combating irregular immigration, including migrant smuggling, human trafficking, and transnational crimes.
The Anti-Fraud Section submitted edited terms of reference of the Security Paper Project proposal to Technical Working Group and Bids and Awards Committee. Timeline of its implementation is on December 2015. The project aims to use security paper in various documents issued by the BI like Immigration Clearance Certificate, RA 9225, travel records, not the same person, and etc.
On the key focus area of refinement of policies, rules, regulations, and procedures, NAIA Terminal 3 provided queue cards for referred passengers with the end of having an organized flow of primary and secondary inspection. Davao International Airport implemented S-queuing and exclusive lanes for diplomat, APEC, and special assistants. It also reiterated the prohibition in the usage of cell phones and the mandatory removal of tinted eyewear and cups during primary inspection. DIA also disallowed the egress of passengers from the airport after immigration departure periods. The Anti-Fraud Section is currently undertaking to formulate a new module on document fraud detection, verification, and referral procedures. Timeline of its completion is by 30th of November 2015.
Under infrastructure improvement, all international airports under AOS is continuously adopting the 5S workplace organization technique. This slideshow shows the best practice of KIA on its implementation. A formal blessing at NAIA Terminal 1 was held at the renovated offices at the departure area housing the TCU, BMSU, CIU, Supervisor's Office, AFS, Cashier, MISD, and OCOM conference room. NIA has issued a notice to proceed for the construction of 4-in-1 immigration counters at NAIA Terminal 2. The same shall start on October 7 at the apex side of the arrival area. Target completion is 116 days from October 7 or until 30 of January 2016.
Iloilo International Airport has an expanded immigration office area as per approval of the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Iloilo. Bureau of Quarantine was given its own office space. The construction of Anti-Fraud Section Laboratory at IIA is awaiting the approval of CAAP Iloilo. The same shall be completed 30 days upon receipt of approval.
Renovation of the Mactan Cebu International Airport arrival area was completed by August, inclusive of installation of 4-in-1 counters. On the other hand, the renovation of the permanent departure area is still ongoing and is expected to be completed by first week of November.
General Services Section has installed 30 BI border stamps lockers at Calibo International Airport. Aside from bibs, IOs use the lockers in the safekeeping of personally bought UV light for quick checks of documents. All immigration computers are on upright position at Calibo. All immigration counters and writing tables were refurbished.
The General Services Section conducted site inspection of Zamboanga International Seaport for its eventual transfer to the Travelers Hub on January 2016.
On technology advancement, Immigration e-counter was installed at NAIA Terminal 3 arrival area on 30th of September. The Department of Justice and BI aims to have 500 operational units of the same in all ports nationwide to speed up immigration processing of travelers. By end of October 2015, BIIS version 2 shall be utilized at NAIA Terminals 1 and 2. MISD already delivered 3 new servers at Terminal 2 in preparation for its installation. At NAIA Terminal 3, the system has its new user interface. It can read radio frequency identification or RFID on passport. The derogatory verification improved and yielded passport scanning time. All ports under Airport Operations Section are implementing the One-Stop Shop OEC validation system. Last August 2015, the MECO Electronic Travel Authorization or ETA system and PCIS were synchronized at Clark, Davao, Calibo, and Mactan, Cebu. On the other hand, the ACRI card system was updated at Clark and Mactan, Cebu. 7 brand new passport readers for the month were provided at Davao International Airport, while MCIA updated its backup system of the official receipt support system.
Daghang salamat!